Fenland Crusader here, and welcome to part 3 of the muckloader tractor. So we're just finishing off by doing the bucket. So there's the tractor, and this is my bucket. So basically this one's all about rebuild of this bucket, because she was in bad order, well, between two buckets but in bad order, so we decided to put a new bottom in it. And then the other things are as going down the field and bringing home the drill, and then nipping back the next day to fetch the D2, just dodging between the bad weather that we've had. I've also been up on the roof to put the roof back on in a place or two. I've already lost the skylight, and the wind got under it and tipped up a few sheets, but anyway. So again, just another day in the life of the Crusader. It's all all sent to testers, as it were. So yeah, we'll crack on with this, sit back and enjoy, and we'll catch you on the next. So it's bucket time. I've just cut all around the edge of that channel to get him out, because all the holes are sort of well oversized, and you've got tines that's been welded in, so if you can call it weld. And because the other thing is, if you look closely there, look, the front part of the channel bent up in relation to the back, so it's got a hell of a bit of pressure in there somewhere, which means if I put all my tines in there, they're not all going to be nice, flat and level. It's obviously had it under a bit of concrete or something, and it's just tweaked the channel down. So in the front of it, like the yellow bit, that's a bit of fibre 2.5 channel, which is what this is in the back of this bucket. So I'm going to put a new piece in. I don't want to go through all the effort and sorting all the tines and that out, you know, and then end up just with not being flat and level because of a rough bit of channel. And in a place or two in that corner, it was rusted anyway, very thin. So I'm going to hit that with a big hammer now, and hopefully it'll come out. Yeah, it might still be fastened in there, just looking at it. But anyway, I'll tap it with the hammer and see what it does. It'll either come out or it won't. If it don't, well then we'll do a bit more cutting. Well, that end's moving, so that's a good sign. That's all loose. see what it is. It's just tying in there, just holding it, so really it would just wiggle out. That bit's basically scrap because they've all got dog legs and they've all been welded up, so that bit's no go. So there's a piece of the old RSJ, or channel I should say, is still fastened on there, which I can get at easier now the bulk of the material's gone. And we'll get all these bits ground up flat, and same as that, there's a piece of channel left on there, so I'll just cut round it for easier to get it off, and it makes it easier to get that piece off. And the same on that side. And I'll get them bits off and get it all clean up, and then I can set to and cut that, take it in the mill and drill all my holes for the tines, which are all at 6-inch centres, which is easy, and come back and reposition it, get it all tacked in. And looking at it, I may put a new piece of tin on the back. I just had a look, I've got a bit of 3mm, and this is only 3mm, probably a bit less now. And then I will put a piece of box section across the top. I mean, they put the strong bits of channel for all your bits to be mounted on, and yet the top of the bucket was just left tin. So that means like this piece here, you know, it could flex because there's nothing in the top. So I am going to put a piece of like 40-50mm box across the top to tie the three in together, so it makes the job a little bit more rigid. Probably left it so it could flex, so I don't know what the mentality behind it would have been, but for me, you know, it's sort of a bit of bad engineering. You would always have a good beam on the top, so everything's got something to pull on. But anyway, that's probably just me. So I'll set down and cut that channel up, and then get these bits cut off, cleaned up, and then we'll have a look at fitting it in. Right, so we've got the channel in the milling machine. And I'm all set up on centre to set about the first hole. So we'll get all them done, and then we'll start welding bits back together. So doing a bit more to the tine bar today. It's got all the holes drilled out to size on this side. We've just got the last one to do. Drilling out with the end mill. I've got drills that would drill it, but I can't put drills in the mill. Not tapered drills anyway. I put parallel drills, but not tapered drills. So that's that one. And I'll just have to finish off with the bigger one in an R8 collet instead of the collet chuck. So really, I've just got to flip the channel over to do these bottom holes, because they're just shy of ½ inch. And because my longest drill was like a couple of mil under ½ inch, if you like, and to get through, so I've just got to open them back out to ½ inch. I ain't got an ½ inch drill that's long enough to go from here right through to there, so I've just got to flip it over and do them, and then pretty much it's good to go. My conus is there. I just had to put a chamfer on each end just so as it fits in the web of the channel, but basically it'll fit in there to take these tines. It's got the tapers on them. These are good strong tines. These are going to be the outside ones, and basically they're going to fit in there. It won't go right through because I haven't got the bottom hole drilled out, but as you can see, that'll fit in there in the cone. The cone will all be welded in, so that'll make a good strong job to the corner. So yeah, I'll crack on. We'll catch you later. So that's it then. She's all machined out to the various sizes, and obviously my new tine sits in there with its conus, and just good enough. It will go through a bit more because that's still wobbling up and down on there, so it's not quite on its cone. But I should say that this is just a bit tight in there. I'm not going to force it in because I've got to force it out, but I shall tap that in so I can get the nut on proper, and then that'll put it tight in the cone, and when it's all tightened up, then I'll set to and square it, although it should be fairly well square being done in the machine, and you know, and just weld the cone in. And I should do them 2 bits first before I put the side plates on, and then that way I can get a good weld all around that. So yeah, I have to make a nice square job of it. So yeah, the next bit is to set to and weld these, and then we'll start putting the bucket back together. Right, well, so I have this here time bar, as you can see there. It's got all the cones on it. I had this from a digger, and it's just bolt this to the front here, cutting edge of the digger to shift the muck about, and it's now redundant because obviously we've got the muck bucket for the teleporter, and now here we are doing another muck bucket for me loader tractor. But anyway, I've cut the cone out, and this is that cone up. I cut it out and I've just ground it up. I'll polish it all and clean it so it's ready to go in the other half of my bit of yellow channel. So I'll just sort of show you that bit. And you know, as you progress through life doing bits and pieces, you start off with one job and then you perfect it and move on to another one, right up until you know, you sort of got the best of the best, right? But anyway, we'll crack on with this bit and get it sorted out. I'm going to just pop it in the lathe and just clean it up, and I need to turn a piece off this end anyway because it's just a tad too long to fit in the channel, and so I'll crack on with that and I'll bring you back. So just cleaning some of the imperfections off that cone, so when I lay it in the channel it's going to sit you know, reasonably sort of flat and square. But nothing special, just to tidy up. Just got to turn a piece off the end to shorten it up a tad, and that'll pretty much do it. So I've got the cone all fettled up and put the corners on, just rounded them off and done so that it will fit in the channel like that. So that's pretty much it. And as you can probably see, whether you can or can't, I don't know, but it's dead square up with the other one. And it's square in here, so all remains now is to weld that up. And that's the thing about like the old milling machine. You think you ain't got a job for it, but something just as simple as that just makes everything square and easy to put things right. So yeah, I'll crack on with that then, weld that one up, and as soon as that's welded up, then on the back side where the nut is, let me lay it down so I can show you. In here I've got to countersink that, and the same with the other one. So it just gives me a few more threads to get the nut on, and then the job will be a good one. And I can set to and weld the end plates on, which is, big move forward. Right, catch you on the next. So that's it then, that's that one welded in. Same as the other side one. So they'll all be good. We just ground the ends off so we can get the end plate sit on nice and flat and square. So the thing that remains now then is just to chamfer that end out for the taper on the nut to sit on, which I'll also set to and do now. So I think that'll give me a fair chamfer to put the nut in. I'll have to nip off and fetch a nut to put in it, but I'm sure that's pretty much what I'm looking for. And if it is, then I'll crack on and do the other side one, then the job's a good one. Okay, so that's the other one done, and as you can see, and this is the nut for the other time. It's a locking nut, this one is, look. It's got the tape on it, look. That just sits in there. That'll just lower the nut sufficiently to give it them few extra threads on the tine. And this nut's actually a bit bigger nut than it might be to get it in my channel on the side thing. I might have to just grind the flats off this, make it the next sort of spanner size down, as it were, but we'll see what happens. But anyway, so that's another good job done. Now it's a case of set about and put the side plates on, and then that'll be a big move forward. So I'll bring you back when there's more to show. So there we have it, we're on the bench, and we're all squared up and tacked up. Pretty much all ready for welding. So I'll crack on with the welding. And with a better look, I should have something that looks like a bucket today. Okay then, so we're all jigged up, got the corners all welded on, and Just had to do a bit of a bend in here because it had been bent back. Again, another reason why it wants a head bar in it, because you know, it's only a bit of tin, something's bound to bend somewhere. But anyway, she's all jigged up now, it all measures up equals each way, and a square as a old bit of iron will go. So I'll just weld that middle bar in, and we're good to go, you know, get some tin ready and put it in the back. Then we can pop tines in, book it done. Having said that, I've got a lug to put on here, which I've got to take off the other bucket. But yeah, we're getting there. So that's the carriage, if you like to call it, back plate. But that's the back of the bucket all welded up, done and finished. With a bit of box on the top, like I said I was going to. All that remains now is to put a piece of tin in there. When I say tin, like a bit of 3mm plate. So we're here 6:30 now on a Friday night. So the next time you'll see this, you'll see the remainder of the tin being fitted, and the lugs to put on here to carry the pin, and all the tines back in, and the tractor using it just to check that it's okay and that we get the adjustment on this right. So that's it for this one then, and don't forget to drop down in the bottom and press the like button, and if you'd like to see more, why not subscribe? Then that way you'll be notified every time I put another one on. So thanks to everybody, catch you on the next one. So here we go again then, taking this tube out. The only difference is this time I'm putting a new one in. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the patch we put on there, look. So obviously it's got a few more issues. We'll pump it up later and see why it was going down. I couldn't get no bubbles around the valves when I was doing it, so but she's got a pair of crustacean of rust on the inside of the tube, so whether one of them is leaking or what I don't know, but anyway, that's for a future time, future project. I shall keep it, I won't chuck it away. But I mean, all the rims was all sorted and done when I put them on the tractor, and I don't think there's any cracks. I can't see any cracks and I can't feel anything. So I'll clean the muck out the tyre, put new tube in, have another go. I need the bummer tractor because I need to get the bloody drill out at home and get the D2 home. It's just spent this 3 frost and snowy days out in blooming in the field, which I don't particularly like, but I had no choice. I ain't got a cab, so I couldn't go and fetch it really. Well, I could, but I ain't that silly. But yeah, all right, catch you on the next. We're just down the field picking a drill up. We're having a rough week outside. Old bloody ice and rain and wind. But anyway, the good thing is the wind's dried it off, so that's a good thing. So I'm going to get this home, and tomorrow hopefully pop back for the D2, and then I can move my muckloader, or not my muckloader, but my teleporter down the road from me about 2 miles, and I've got a heap of muck I need to pick up and bring home ready for the muck spreading day, because I hate to run out. But yeah, so I'll get cracking and get going home. So there we are then, back in the field, pick up the D2. So that's it. Just get chained up. And I've just got to put the set of arrows on, take them home with me. Didn't manage to get the field rolled, unfortunately. And the crows are having a good go at it. But anyway, we'll get her back under cover for the winter and bring her back here in the spring.